folks, Larry Winget here, back with another episode of Ask Larry Anything, the YouTube series where you can ask Larry Winget anything in the world you'd like to know, and I would be happy to answer it. Please make sure that your question is of general interest to most of the people who watch these. You can write me at info@larrywinget.com. Please follow me on Facebook at Larry Winget fan page. Go to Twitter at Larry Winget, and LinkedIn, I'm Larry Winget. Here we go. This week's question. Hi, Larry. Hi. Always love your message, refreshing and clear. Thank you. In the UK, they are looking to raise a tax on sugary drink and minimum alcohol pricing. In New York City, the mayor is trying to ban large sodas. The world is getting fatter. You shouldn't need to open 2 doors for one person to walk through. But who has the responsibility for health and diet? The individual or the government? And what advice would you give them for making sure people don't get fat? Okay, first of all, if there's anything in the world I hate, it's Bloomberg and his nanny state that he's creating in New York City, where he thinks he knows better than everybody else what's good for them. Everything is an individual choice, in my opinion. If you want to eat like a pig and be shaped like a pig and die young, that is your business. I'm sorry that that's your choice, but it's still your choice. I don't have any control over that, and I shouldn't have to try to control your life. You cannot legislate intelligence. We've tried to do that. It doesn't work. If legislating intelligence would work, we'd have a whole lot smarter society than we do right now. And sadly, we all know that's just not the case. So stop trying to blame the government for the fact that they're not stepping in and controlling everything in the world, taking care of you at every turn. You can't blame everybody else for your situation. If you go into a bar and you drink too much and you get drunk and you go out and do something, I'm not going to blame the bartender. If you smoke cigarettes until you die and get emphysema, I'm not going to blame the cigarette company. I mean, damn, they've had warnings on the label for years and years and years, and that's not making too much of a difference. It comes down to individual choice. And in terms of what advice do you give people to make sure they don't get fat? Listen, it's just so simple, and yet it's a multi-billion-dollar industry right now, and making sure people don't get fat. People trying to spend all this money to lose weight. It comes down to this. You got to burn more calories than you take in. That's it. You got to burn more calories than you take in if you're going to ever not get fat. That's how it works. Eat less, exercise more. Now, every time I say that, and I've said that in a lot of my books, and I've written about it on Facebook and in my blogs and so forth, there's some bozo, nimrod, nincompoop idiot who writes me and says, "No, Larry, there's more to it than that. You don't understand. I have a glandular problem. I have a thyroid issue." Shut the hell up. I don't want to hear about you and how you're the exception to everything. I'll bet you still eat like a damn pig. That's why you're fat. And you can blame your glands, and you can say, "No, it's all genetical." I hear that. It's genetical, you stupid person. It's not in your genes. In fact, I bet you haven't been able to fit in your genes in a good long while. Yeah, I'm on a rant, and some people are going to say, "Well, why are you yelling at me?" Because this stuff ticks me off. We need more people to grow a pair and yell every once in a while. When people are doing stupid, we let them off the hook, and we want to blame society. We want to blame government. We want to blame McDonald's. We want to blame Pepsi. We want to blame the sugary sodas. We want to blame Circle K for serving the big gulp. You don't have to buy that stuff. It's like people say, "I hate that on TV." Don't turn on that channel then. Personal responsibility. Take control of your life. Be accountable. Don't blame anybody else, because the more we blame, the more the politicians are going to step in and say, "I know how to play to that base. I'll step in and show them I'll take care of them." And then we get some idiot like Bloomberg who steps in and says, "I'm going to take care of everybody, and I'm going to try to legislate it so nobody ever gets fat, and nobody ever has to smell a cigarette or a cigar again. Nobody ever has to take care of themselves, because I'm going to show them that the government can take care of them." And then we end up all sucking on the big old government teat. And then we go down the tubes, kind of like we are right now. Okay, this has been a rant. This will fire some of you up. I hope it does. Let me know what you think. Again, thanks for watching. Send your questions in.